So we already created the user interface. In this case, I'm making a report to Java, and the report to Java is based on the JFrame, and you already created using those labels. And then we have also text field, and we also have other things like these labels and text fields to show the information that you are having on the previous section, which is about the coffee shop. So the coffee shop, as you know, there will be a relation with the report. So I'm just reviewing back the coffee shop that you created before. It will have a relation with the report. So every details on this coffee shop Java source code will be connected to the report. Now you already create those items. Okay? So you already create the text field and the labels. Okay, you already create the label and the text field. Okay? I hope that you finish with this user interface. Now let's move on to the next section. Okay. I'm going to make a table. So here I want to make a new panel. Okay, I call it JScroll pane. So let's see what can we do with the JScroll pane. In our panel, I think it is so small, you can extend the panel. So if you click this one, and then you can extend your panel. For example, like this one. So you can enlarge it. And then I would like to create a JScroll pane. JScroll pane. Where is the JScroll pane? Okay, here. Here is the JScroll pane. This part is the JScroll pane. So this JScroll pane, you can make a kind of panel, but if it is large, there will be a scroll. So you can move down, you can move to the left, to the right, according to the number of the data. So that's why we call it scroll. So you can make the scroll like this. Okay, so I think I would like to make the scroll panel as large as this one. You can define the size as you want. Okay. And then, if you click on the scroll pane, okay, so this is the variable name scroll pane, and there will be a bound like this one. It depends on your definition. So in my PowerPoint, I define this property X, Y, width, and height. Yeah, if you think you want to use the PowerPoint numbers, that's also fine. Or you want to just skip like this one, that's also fine. Okay. Later on, you can modify the size. And now I'm going to create a new component, which is JTable. So you can find the JTable. Here is the JTable. So I'm choosing the JTable, and then I put it here. Oh, as you can see here, the format is like column header, viewport, and row header. Okay. So I do not want to use this one. I will just put another absolute layout, it will be good. Oh, so, okay, then I will just put the JTable. Maybe there will be some chance to modify this one. So I will make a table here. So the table name will be new table. Okay. The variable name will be new table. So in the scroll pane, if you see this one, in the scroll pane, there will be a new table. Okay, I will create a new table there. Okay, so let's see how we can use table inside of this scroll pane. So after you create those additional swing controls, after we create this one, I need to have this one actually. So if you check the new table and then the J scroll pane, you have this definition here. But I'm going to add this again. And if you see this one, the color is blue. The color is blue. What does it mean? If it is blue, then it is a global variable. Okay. So I'm going to copy this one. I'm going to copy this code and I will put it in the source. And I will put it in the top of your report class. If you see this one, the J table has been defined as the private J table new table. If you already have this one, that is okay. For the others, I do not have. So you need to define the string with two-dimensional array. And then I'm defining a new variable total sales. I'm defining an object order. I'm defining an object report. I'm defining an object coffee shop, which is CS. Okay, I have two new tables, so there will be errors if I duplicate this one. So you can see, yeah, the error message is duplicate. So you can just delete one because I already created that one. And then the scroll pane, let's make it as a global. So I think because we just create the scroll pane, this one, okay, we just create the scroll pane. If you check, for every time you create a new component in Java, the location will be at the bottom. So the location of the scroll pane is in the bottom part, and also the new tables is in the bottom. So for me, I will make this scroll pane as the global variable. How do I make this as global variable? Is just delete this section. Now you will see that the scroll pane becomes blue. If it is blue, then yeah, this is the global variable or this is the global object. If you want to make it as the local object, then you can again make this class name. So I do not want to use this one, so I will use it as the global variable. So it becomes blue. Okay. And next, yeah, you will see that those kind of objects are in this format. Okay. So you can check So I have the JPanel content pane, and then I have txt old sales. I have txt new sales. Okay, and then let me just skip so it can be easier for me to see txt menu, txt size, and then I have txt takeaway. Oh, I don't have the txt takeaway. I don't have txt cream. Okay, I have the label quantity. Okay, the label is not in here. The label sales is not here. And then I have also the J text quantity. Okay, text quantity is here. TXT sales is here. Okay. So it means, I guess this is the option 1 should be in the TXT takeaway, and the option 2 should be TXT cream. Okay. So let's see about these two. Okay. We can check later about the code that I give. If there is an error, we can fix this one. For the label, I think you can just ignore it, because we will not update the label. We will update the text field. So as I mentioned to you, since the objects and variables are in the global placement, you need to check that every variables in the code are using the global variables. Okay. So you can see on my explanation, if it is the local variable, then it will be in the gray color. If it is a global variable, it will be in the blue color. So this is the strength. If you use Eclipse, they can distinguish between the local variable and the global variables. So I give the explanation. The global variables or global objects are accessible from every method in the class, while local variables are only accessible in that particular method. So if I want to access this one from other method, I need to use global. If this one is accessible only in that method, then I can make it as a local variable. Okay, if there is any errors, there will be some error message. So I will continue. You need to make your class diagram. I'm not sure how you will conduct your team project, so I have not checked your video. I will check your video later. And then for every of your class, I am expecting you to create the class diagram. So this is the class diagram for the report.java. Since report is connected to the main program, the main method is unnecessary. Do you know why? Main method is not necessary. When you create a program, there should be only one class that use main method. Okay? That should be the client, or that should be the one Java class. If you are going to connect with the coffee shop and the report, then for the report, you can just remove the main method. Okay. So in this case, I will just make the comment. Here is the main method. Here is the main method of the report.java. You can see the comment here. Launch the application. What does it mean by launch the application? So if you run this, if I run this one, then you can see this user interface. Okay. Actually, I do not want to do this one because this report should be connected to the coffee shop to Java. The coffee shop to Java. So this is the coffee shop to Java. So this will be the main. Every time you run, it should show first. After I click this report, it will go to the report to Java. That's the idea. So if I want to do that one, it means I do not need this main method. So I can just make a comment. Okay, if you still remember. You can put comments. So there are three kind of comments. Okay. The first comment, it is for the only one line comment. If you have the multiple line, so you can use this multiple line comments. Okay, so you can use the slash star and then end with the star slash. And you can see the color now becomes green. If it is green, then it is only comment. You do not need to run this code. So the total fields and methods will be something like this one. We will have the data. So the data will be in the string with 2 dimensions. And then we have the total sales, which is an integer data type. And I have order, I have the report, and I have the coffee shop object. Okay. And there are many methods related to the action listener. So later we will make some pattern. Yeah. When we create pattern, then there will be a method action listener. And then I have send. And I have save to file. Okay. Note that all swing menus are not shown. What does it mean by this one? If you go to the Java code, you will see this one. You have J panel, you have J text field, and then you have other things like J label. Okay? You do not need to put all of them in the class diagram because it lots. Okay? There are so many. There are so many components. So you just need to put the important or the relevant attributes or the relevant fields. For our report, those part will be the most relevant. So the class diagram contains only this one. Okay. I give you the way. Close the main method since the client program starts with the coffee shop to Java. You can block the main method and press Ctrl Shift slash. Okay. But yeah, it's up to you. I give you another way. Just give the slash star and star slash to close this main method. After you close it, then the color becomes green. Now, let's make a new function. Okay, in the report to Java, let's make a method send. What does it mean by this send? Okay, I will explain to you later. You can copy and paste this one, and then you can put before the public report. In the public report, Okay, if you check on this outline, there is one method called report, and if we notice report, you can see there is a C. What is that? What does it mean by the C? C here. C is the constructor. So there is one constructor here, and the constructor will start to make the panel and make the other things for you. So it means all the component will be created using this constructor. Okay. So I will make this send. This is a method send, and there are two kind of parameters. The first parameter is order, and the second parameter is coffee shop. We have the object order, and we have the object of coffee shop. Now I will have one error about this file not found exception. This file not found exception, you can check based on the recommendation. We need to import this one. Okay, so you can just move your mouse and then select the recommendation. I'm going to use the java.io.file not found exception. So it will be deleted. Now we have one error here. So there is one error about the report. So we will fix it later. And then, okay, everything seems okay. So the menu will be set as the order get name. The size will be set as the order get size string, and so on. So it means if it is fine. And then, okay, I have another error, which is save to file. So there are two errors. We will fix it later. Okay. So the first method is the send method. Now you can go back to your PowerPoint. And now we have another method, which is save to file. This save to file contains 3 pages. Okay? This is the first page, this is the second page, and this is the third page. So please copy and paste for all the code into the Eclipse. So I will copy this one. You can put below the send. Okay. After you have this, you can copy again the second page, and then you can put this below the code. And then again, you just copy and paste, and you put this below of the previous code. Okay, so we have so you can see there is one method which is save to file, and this save to file is very long code. Okay, I will explain later just one by one what does it mean by the code. So it's too long, so I will try to explain later one by one. So did you finish with the copy and paste? If you finish, let's see the error message and let's fix it. Okay. The first error message is about the scanner. Do you know what is scanner? It is to get the input. In this case, yeah, you can just fix the error by using the import scanner. Then it resolves. I have another error message here. This is also about the import function. I need to import file using the java.io. Then the error message disappear. Okay. And the next, I have print stream. Okay, what does it mean by print stream? So we will discuss this in another section about how to send output. So there is an error about this print stream because we do not import it. Okay, I will import. And then, okay, it seems everything is clear. So if everything is clear, it means all the codes are fine. We will need to learn what are those codes. What is the purpose of those codes? Okay, if everything is good, yeah, I hope there will be no errors in your computer. I hope that your error are same with my code in this computer. If you finish with this, then let's continue. Okay, this is the explanation. I will explain it later. We have the line 1, and then this is the next, and then this is the next. So there is one thing you can do when you see this constructor report. You learn from the previous section, we can make the frame. If you are going to close it, then yeah, press the X button. When you press, then it will exit from the program. But I do not want to exit. Instead of exit, I want to dispose on close. So dispose means the program can still run even though the panel has been deleted. So the program still run. The program will not exit. So I'm recommending to change this one, dispose on close. You can see on your report constructor. Okay, so here in the report constructor, you will see the set default close operation jframe dot exit on close. So I would like to change to dispose on close for this part. This is to set that when you close it, it will not end the program. So we just close the relevant panel. Okay, next, after I have this closing, now I need to go to the forgot to make one button, I guess. Yeah. Sorry, I have one button that I do not explain here. We have button written. Where is the button here? Yeah, okay, there is no button written here. There should be one button here. Why I missed this one? Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry. There should be one button here. Written. Written means if I click the button, it will return back to the previous page. Okay. So I will make btn written. So this panel, you can put one button, which is J button. This is the J button. You can click and then create this button into the panel. And then you can just make btn button and the text will be written. Okay. And what I want to do in this button, okay, let me make it bigger. If I click this one, it will go back to the coffee shop. So I will just double click. So we have this. When you click the button, then you want to return back to the coffee shop. I will explain this one. So the report here will be set as false and the coffee shop will be set as true. If it is false, set visible. Set visible means if I want to show it or if I want to see it, then you can make it true. If you do not want to see it, if you want to hide it, then you can make it false. So false means I will not show report. So I will close the report and then I will show the CS. CS is the coffee shop. So I will put this into this section. So whenever I click the button, it will be back to the coffee shop because the coffee shop will be true again. Okay. And before we can run this code, we need to make one report. There is one report. Okay. So in the project folder, you can create a new file and the new file name will be report.txt. And let the file have 4 initial values. So you can make in the project, okay, in the project folder, this is the project folder, you can right click and after you do the right click, you can create a new file. Okay, you can create a new file and this new file, when you click this file, there will be a question, what is the file name? So based on this information, let's make a new file report.txt. So I will make it as a report.txt. Okay, one more time. So in the project folder here, you can right click. Okay, in the project, I will right click and then you make a new file. Okay. After you go to this file, there will be a pop-up and it has one question. What is the file name? So you can make report.txt. Okay. So I will click finish. Then there will be one file, which is report.txt. Okay. Now, for our first initial report, let's use this data. Okay, I will copy this data. You can copy this data and then paste here. So I need to put it, I have 4 data in the report.txt, and do not forget to save this one. It means I have 4 kind of sales. The first is Americano, and then R is the size, which is regular. T is the option takeaway. C is the option with cream. And then 2 means the total order, which has 2 quantity. And 6,000 means the total price or the total sales. So for the first sales, this is the information. For the second sales, the order is Americano, the size is regular, T is the takeaway, N. So it means the order does not use whipped cream, and then 1 is the quantity, and 3,000 is the price. Okay. So make sure that you put this with 4 lines, okay? Because if you have additional lines, it will be errors later. So make sure that you have only 4 lines like this one. And then don't forget to save. After you create the report.txt, now I would like to explain in the coffee shop.java. Okay, I think it's okay. Before I explain this one, let's have a break. I will continue after the break. If you have any questions, please let me know.